Since its release on January 19th, Palworld has been immensely successful. They surpassed 2 million copies sold in the first 24 hours and now hold the record for the highest number of concurrent players for any paid game in the history of Steam. By now, many people have made videos reviewing this game and talking about how good it is, so you probably don't need my opinion, but here it is anyway. This game is really, really good. One of my favorite things about it is that it's so versatile. The experience can be cozy or not so cozy, and really, that's up to you. In case you didn't know, Palworld is a creature collector that's been marketed as an open-world Pokemon clone, but it's so much more than that. Palworld harmonizes several different aspects of the game in a way that really works and that makes it a well-rounded experience. It's a creature collector game, a survival game, a base building game, and a crafting game all rolled into one. Collecting different pals will help you craft and defend your base. You can craft weapons and other items to help you survive and catch pals. Catching pals can be dangerous and you need to worry about survival since wild pals can damage you. And all of these aspects of the game just intermingle really well in a way that makes each part important. There's so much to discover in this game. There's cool new pals, dungeons, bosses, settlements. This is the open world that I wish we'd had in Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Each type of pal you collect has different strengths, and they can help you with different aspects of your base based on their skills. For example, some pals are just really good at crafting and building things, others are good at mining or cutting down trees, there are ones that water your plants. I really like the fire ones who just blow fire at the campfire to help cook, and you can bring them around with you at night to keep you warm and light your way. This reminds me a bit of the different dinosaur skills in Paleo Pines, but definitely a lot more fleshed out. To catch a pal, you need to get its HP down by either attacking it yourself or having your pal attack it, and then throwing a pal sphere at it when it gets low. This can sometimes be tricky if you have your other pals with you because they'll auto attack and sometimes kill the pal before you can catch it. The designs of the pals in this game are really cool and have a nice variety. Some are really cute too. I've been playing on a single player server or on a private server with friends, but you can also play on a public multiplayer server of up to 32 players, where you can work together to take down bosses and build joint bases with players in your guild. I really like that this game is for a wide audience, and you can play it in a cozy way where you're focusing on ranching your pals or building a cozy base, or a more strategic way where you're focusing on defeating bosses and maximizing your base's efficiency. Crafting wise, there's a cool technology tree where you build up what you're able to build over time. And despite the fact that a lot of people imagine this game as Pokemon with guns, I don't yet have access to guns, just arrows and clubs and spears. Some pals do have special items you can build for them, like some birds have saddles so you can fly, or this flame pal has gloves you can use to hold it and use it as a flamethrower. And there are a couple pals that do have guns as their special ability. Which is pretty funny because my technology is too primitive to build guns for myself, but I can definitely build it for this little monkey. The building crafting leaves you a lot of freedom to create your base exactly as you want to, and I can imagine some people are going to have some really cool creations. Also, the UI in general is really sleek. I'm not used to having nice UIs in indie games, but it was a really nice surprise. The build menu is nice and easy to use, and I like the animation that happens as you build something. The animation that happens when you catch a pal is pretty cool too, where it shows the percentage increasing as the ball wiggles. Survival wise, you have a hunger bar that you need to try and keep full, and you get cold at night if you don't have a campfire or some other method of staying warm. Sometimes there will even be events where wild pals or evil people will invade your base, and you'll have to work together with your pals to fight them off. Also, unlike in a game like Pokemon, where your Pokemon fight for you, in Palworld you are part of the fight and can get damaged and even killed by wild pals. Depending on the difficulty setting you choose, dying can have different consequences. At the highest difficulty, dying means you lose all your items and pals you have with you, but you can also create custom difficulty settings, which is a nice addition. Now I want to take a minute and talk about what Palworld doesn't have. First of all, there is a player level that increases as you do many different things like crafting, catching pals, cooking, etc. but there aren't individual skill levels for different skills. Unlike in a lot of other games, you don't have a level for mining and woodcutting and cooking. It's just one level, and that's something that I wish there was. Second, there's no real story to this game. So if that's something that you care about a lot, then this game probably isn't right for you. Third, if you're a big fan of quests and NPCs, in cozy games especially, some people really like romancing different characters. That's not going to be an aspect in this game, and in fact there aren't really many NPCs at all. There are some merchants here and there, but not anyone that has a name or that you would build a relationship with. And then lastly, if you're a huge fan of farming sims, this probably isn't for you either. There is farming in the game, but it's mostly something that you would have your pals do idly and not something you would actively be working on. Palworld is what I wish Pokemon Scarlet Violet had been. The open world makes it feel like you're really exploring. The pals have cool and cute designs and very specific uses, and there's a lot of freedom in the building mechanic. The game looks pretty sleek for an indie game in early access, and I haven't run into many bugs as of yet, although sometimes pals will get stuck in the wall and things like that. If you love games with a story and NPCs to befriend and romance, or if what you're really looking for is a farming sim, then Palworld is probably not for you. But otherwise, I think it's a really fun and unique game that anyone could have fun with.